The concept of the time travel has always baffled scientists and remained a center of attraction in many fiction movies. But what considered as a mystery is somehow related to science. Here are the few incidents and examples which proves that the time travel does exist. Panchvarna Swami Temple. It is one of the most ancient temple of India located in the Tamil Nadu region. The very mysterious thing about this temple is that there have been multiple carvings made astoundingly excellent in the very dark areas of the temple. One of the carvings here represents the image of Ganesha. As per the Indian mythology, the Ganesha is worshipped as a son of Shiva. However, in this sculpture, the Ganesha is represented in the female figure, with the wings like eagle. If you look at the scientific technology at present, the scientists still cannot make such thing. But maybe in the next 100 years, with the genome technology, maybe we can. And this is what this carving signifies. One of the carvings here in this temple depicts a person riding a bicycle. If we ask to any historian, then he would clearly say that the first bicycle was made in 1885 in Germany. Then how come such people who made a temple 2000 years old know about such thing? Similarly, we also see a woman with wings. Maybe this is also one of the futuristic development which may occur. Interestingly, there is another carving which depicts a figure of a saber-toothed cat, which is also called as a Thylakops milis. If we compare the fossil of the Thylakops milis with the one that we have here, it looks so identical. But however, the species became extinct 2.5 million years ago. So in order to make such animals so accurately, they must have seen such animal. But the big question is, how can they make such an animal so accurately without even seeing it? How can the temple contains the carving from both the past as well as the future? The only way possible of knowing these things accurately from the past as well as the future is through the time travel. Interestingly, the Bhagwat Puran, which is one of the sacred texts in Hinduism, also talks about the incident of the time travel and time dilation accurately. According to the text in Bhagwat Puran, there was a king and his daughter who made an interstellar journey to meet the Lord Brahma, who was on the another planet. When they met Brahma, they told him about all the problems of the earth, and suddenly the Brahma started laughing. And he explained them that the time ran differently on the different planes of existence. So while you were traveling to me in 1 minute, the same you have spent more than 160 million years on the earth. So if you go back to the earth, there will be nothing left, and no one even knows about it. By 1900, when the Einstein gave the theory of the Einstein-Rosen bridge, which is also called as a wormhole, the scientists started believing in the time travel as well as a time dilation, and ultimately the theory of the Bhagwat Puran holds true. In this temple itself, there is an image of Brahma, but it is completely in different form from the rest of the places, with a completely different environment, completely exotic, and it doesn't resemble Earth. Though he looks human, but with a strange long beard. There is a tree nearby him which doesn't look like a regular tree, but more like a shape of a brain, and the trunk resembles the brain stems. This tree is connected to the lingam, which is often considered as an enormous source of power. It looked like the Brahma is putting the power to his portable device. He is also holding a mysterious bag with him, which is not touching the ground. This mysterious bag has often been found in the enormous civilizations again and again. And in every single depiction, it never touches the ground. It looks more like a battery in the present world. So is this a bag of some kind of a power source? So how does the ancient architects know about the past and the future? Do they have some kind of a portal or a wormhole similar to the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or something far more superior than we can possibly think about, which make them travel to the distant quadrants of the cosmos? Chinese Swiss watch. In 2008, the group of archaeologists excavating the ancient tomb of the Ming dynasty's graves in the Shaanxi, southern China, has found a strange metallic object in the ancient tomb. The strange metallic object was said to be the small golden ring, with the watch face on its front approximately 2 mm thick. The tiny hands on the watch showed the time had frozen to the 10:06 am. The most astonishing of all is the back of the watch was said to have the word Swiss or Switzerland written in English. How was it possible that the tomb sealed for 400 years and dating to the Ming dynasty had come to hold such an artifact that could have only been created after the establishment of the present state of Switzerland? And the ring watch is said to date back only a century. If we look back at the history of the watches, the earliest dated watch is of the 1530, and there is hardly any watches left which predates to 1550. Some researchers cite the possibility of the time travelers who came from the future and who dropped a modern ring in an ancient location, accidentally leaving the anachronistic possession behind. Time-traveling mummy from Mongolia. When archaeologists were excavating the deep ruins of the Altai mountains, they found 1500-year-old mummy. The most interesting thing about this mummy is that this mummy is wearing boots, which has stripes on it, and which looks very similar to the present-day Adidas boots. Many researchers claim that this is another example of the time traveling, where one of the possessions of the time travelers were left behind. So is it possible that the 1500-year-old Mongolian mummy can wear Adidas boots is a proof that the time travel exists? Or is it just another hoax? You decide. The Philadelphia Experiment. The Philadelphia Experiment is an alleged military experiment supposed to have carried out by the US Navy at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard in 1943. In order to protect itself from the enemy radar, the USS Eldridge naval ship performed a plenty of experiments in order to become invisible. However, one of their experiments became a nightmare. The experiment was based on the aspect of some unified field theory, which is coined by Einstein, in which the forces of electromagnetism and gravity unites into a single field, causing a dent in the space and the time fabric by creating a small wormhole that is capable of consuming anything nearby. After these experiments, the Eldridge not only became invisible, but it disappeared from the area in a flash of blue light and teleported to the Norfolk, Virginia, over 200 miles away. When the ship was found, the bodies of the crew were found in pieces and diffused in the metal. Is it just another hoax or the conspiracy theory, or it can be a bad scientific experiment that may lead us to the time travel? It is a mystery that yet to be solved. Advanced ancient technologies of Shimoga. The carvings of the ancient India has always been full of mysteries. One of the examples can be found in the temple of the Shimoga. One of the carvings at the Shimoga temple depicts a figure with a person in a sitting position having a helmet over its head. This helmet has a very unique properties. It has a separate eye openings, and there is an antenna-like structure over its head, which is pretty much looks like an astronaut. In other hand, he is holding a circular device. Similarly, in another ancient temple in the Rani Ki Vav in Gujarat, we found an extraordinarily amazing carvings. The woman shown in the carving is holding a device near to her ear and mouth, just like a modern-day cell phone. In her another hand, she is holding a large round device that is similar to the one we saw in the Shimoga carving. In another carving, a woman is shown holding a rectangular carved device like tablet with a stylus, just like an iPods and the Android tablets at the present time. This is again a big mystery of the time travel. And interestingly, how do these ancient architects know these things thousands of years back? These incidents strongly suggest the possibility of the time travel. It has been done in the past and can be done in the future. But can we make such Einstein-Rosen bridge or the wormhole or some kind of a portal at present time or not is still a mystery. If you like our content, then please subscribe to us and hit the bell icon button for more fascinating content. Till that time, may the force be with you.